What's up, guys, and welcome back to the Millionaire Architect Podcast. My name is Matt Ganzak. I want to thank you so much for being here. You can listen on iTunes. You can listen to it on, like Spotify, every place. You can hear this podcast as well as watch on YouTube, so you can check out there as well. So today we are talking about, how did you get Facebook verified, Matt? It's one of the questions I hear over and over again every time I make a comment in one of the groups on a thread. Somebody comes in, hey, how can I get a blue check mark? And I always hear it when I'm using my Facebook page. And I'm going to break down the whole process, the entire process from end to end. So be sure to listen to the end. I'm even going to get you the opportunity to give you a tool that you can use to become Facebook verified. Yes, there is a tool. I created it. Pretty cool, right? Stay to the end. I'll give you the full thing. So my journey began in 2008. And no, this is not going to be a one thing you click online type video. So if you're planning on listening to or watching a video that is the one thing you can click on Facebook to get yourself verified, this is not that video. But let me give you the full picture of how I did it. And if you are really serious about getting a blue check mark as part of your business plan, as part of the growth of your company and your brand online, listen up to the end and I'll give you that opportunity. So in 2008, I went to work for one of the top 100 visited websites in the world at that time. That site actually, at that point in time, had more traffic than Amazon.com. I'm not joking. We had a ton of traffic. And I was graphic designer. My job was to sit at my desk and create graphics and add banners to send more traffic to our pages, trying to get more people to click on our banners, trying to get more people to sign up to our landing pages, trying to get more people to sign up to our emails. That's it. That was my entire job with the company. That's what I was hired to do. And I was pretty good at my job. We did contests quite frequently where it was a matter of who could get the most clicks, and I would get the most clicks, and I won some awards within the company. Who could get the most signups, who could get the highest open rate out of an email subject line, and I just kept winning. I kept winning all these different things because I kept reading books and kept studying from other people that were very successful in it and found that I was pretty good at marketing, right? So in 2009, I approached the CEO and I said, hey, I want to be creative director. I want to manage the staff. I'd only been with the company about 6 months, but I said one other thing to him. I said, video is the future. This is 2009, beginning of 2009. I said, video is the future. If we're not doing video, this company is going to fall off the top 100 rankings. Like, I'm not joking. He looked at the Alexa top 100 rankings every single morning, and that was like his badge of honor of where we were ranking. Now, this was before like Twitter and Facebook and all the things that exist now took off. So yeah, we were ranking really high. And in order for us to maintain that, I saw the vision that we had to start doing video. So I pitched him on video. And I was terrible. I still have some of my first videos that I did. And I would award people with big checks. I printed out the big checks, and I would award people when they won our sweepstakes and our prizes. So it's not anything new. It's not like I'm reinventing the wheel. Publishers Clearinghouse have been doing it for years. All I was trying to do is trying to mimic some of the things they were successful with and see if we can, do something similar. And Publishers Clearinghouse was ranked right with us. We had about the same amount of traffic as them. And we were global. And the difference was Publishers Clearinghouse was just US and Canada, I believe, at that time. But we were global. We were translating into 26 different languages. So that was my job, translating into languages. We had a company that translated all of our scripts and then copy them over into the designs and whatnot. And we were in 200 and some countries. So we grew to all these countries and so forth, right? So I saw that opportunity in creating video, and I went out, started creating video, and started doing that. But what I found was I loved it. I loved being on camera. I loved creating content. I loved entertaining people. I loved giving people cash. I loved helping change lives. Like, I loved so many aspects of it. And that's really where my story began. Because if I wouldn't have stepped out from behind my keyboard, if I wouldn't have put myself on camera, if I wouldn't have made that jump to do what others are unwilling to do, those people that are sitting behind their keyboards and just doing graphic design or, doing website development or doing, whatever it is, where you're hiding behind your computer and hiding behind your keyboard, you will, I won't say never, but pretty close. You might never get a blue check verified because you have to get in TV. You have to get interviewed. You have to have other people see your face. There's really no way to do it. Like I'm thinking in my head, maybe there's some people that have hidden behind keyboards, but they've created like life-changing products and they've created things and they've, maybe never ever show their face. But still, even at that, you have to be on camera. You have to get out from behind the keyboard. So the first thing that I have to tell you is you have to get out from behind the keyboard. You have to get on camera. You have to get interviewed. You have to get people to care about what it is that you have to say. You have to get people to care about your story. You have to get people to care about your product. You have to get people interested in your message and your why and your purpose and your future and all those things. If you're unable to do that, you will never have a blue check mark. First. So my story began then. And I was talking to the CEO and I told him I wanted to write books. I told him that I wanted to do these things. And he shared in those dreams with me. He wasn't taking care of himself and, kind of overweight, didn't really want to be on camera. He used to be on camera back, years and years ago, but he wanted me to step into that role. And then he said to me, Matt, I'm going on vacation. When I get back, you're stepping into that role for the company. So when I get back, we're going to do big things together. You're stepping in. I'm grooming you to be my right hand and take over. And he never came back from that vacation. He died while on vacation. He was at his home and he passed away, unfortunately. But he was one of my first great mentors that pushed me and inspired me. And he told me to write a book and he told me to do these things and he told me to go forward and do all these amazing things. And when he passed, the company got sold and I ended up going and working with clients and so forth. And I grew my company out of that back in 2011, 2012, and helped transition over to the new company. And then I was no longer part of that company anymore and just full-time working on my own. But from that, I took all those stories and that, what he taught me and every single thing of what I learned during that time. And I wrote a book. I wrote the $1 Million Plan, Leveraging Technology to Scale, because he taught me how to drive people through a funnel before the word funnel even existed. There was no word for funnel then, and he taught me what a funnel was. And here's how he explained it to me, and then I'll get back to the blue check mark. He said, go to IKEA. Try to go grab one thing at an IKEA store and then go to the checkout. He's like, it's impossible. They take you, snaking you up and down all these aisles. They make you look at all the deals, all the specials. You can't get out of there without having a couple things in your cart. You can't get out of there without looking at a couple things. You can't get out of there with just one thing. That's what a funnel is. And that's what he taught me. And we were doing funnels before funnels even existed. ClickFunnels didn't exist, nothing like that. So I was building funnels with Photoshop and Dreamweaver, putting them into designs. And it was even before mobile iPhones even existed, really. There were iPhones. There was like iPhone 1, like really early iPhones. But I don't even think you had the internet really at that point in time. So mobile-friendly web pages wasn't even a thing. So I launched my book. I sell thousands of copies of it and become an international bestseller on Amazon, which only really cost me, all in all, about, I'd say, $2,000. With all things considered, it only cost me about $2,000 of an investment to get that best-selling author name. And I wanted that. I wanted to create that. And that's fairly inexpensive in terms of an investment. So what I did just leading up to the book launch, I went and started adding a bunch of people on Facebook. I went and started adding people that were either working for people I wanted to work with, right? So people in their networks or some of their best customers, or I would watch their videos I would watch, some of these influencers, top influencers. I'd watch them do live streams, and I would look to see who was commenting the most. And I would add those people as friends on Facebook. And that's what I was doing. And then what I did was I started seeing what those people were posting on Facebook, and I was commenting and liking and engaging with their content. Most of the time I was cheering on wins and celebrating in wins and, popping little emoji champagne corks and whatnot. I was celebrating other people's wins. And I was doing that over and over again. I became a cheerleader for those people that are out there. And eventually, I become one of those people that starts getting added like crazy on Facebook because I'm part of that engaged circle. Again, you can't sit back and do nothing. You can't sit back just behind your keyboard and do absolutely nothing. I was going to events. I was meeting people in person. They were meeting me and seeing like, hey, man, this is a real guy. This is leading up to my book launch, right? So I go out, I'm meeting people, I'm getting into the community, I'm taking pictures, I'm posting pictures online with folks, I'm meeting and just networking, right? And telling my story and telling what my passions are and my future and asking people questions and engaging in what it is that they're talking about. So far, I haven't really done anything crazy, right? Nothing crazy. I had, coming up to launch my book, I had all these people that I'd been cheering for them for months. They start cheering for me. Hey, launching my book this week. I would love if some of you guys buy it and read it and tell me what you think. So now I've been cheering for 6 months for all these people, and then all these people buy my book. And then they tell their friends, like, hey, this guy Matt, we've been chatting on Facebook, like we met online. Awesome dude, awesome energy, awesome motivation. You should read his book. It's amazing. Guys, I'm not changing the world here. I'm not changing the world with some crazy funnel or some crazy ad or, I'm not spending hundreds of thousands of dollars in advertising. I'm not doing anything that crazy. I'm just talking with people, online, just connecting with people, having real conversations and building real relationships with people. That's all I did. It's nothing crazy, right? So then I kept going. I said, all right, now I have the book. Now I need to get on TV. So I started reaching out to some local TV networks, started reaching out, trying to do my own PR, and I was really bad at it. So eventually I got to the point that I met somebody that was doing PR and was really good at it. I started seeing all the stories of all the entrepreneurs. I wanted to be like those entrepreneurs. So again, I don't sit back behind my computer and just wallow, just saying, why is that person winning and I'm not the one that's winning? I said, what are they doing? How can I do that thing? How can I figure out how to do that thing? I should be that person as well. I'm going to be that person. I'm not just sitting back, just pretending, not sitting back, just hoping and dreaming that somebody taps me on the shoulder and says, hey, Matt, it's your time to win. It's not the case. I went and found the people who are winning, and I infiltrated their networks by engaging and becoming friends with the people around them. If somebody posted, here's my top 10 affiliates, you know what? I go and add all 10 of them on Facebook. Try to get to know them. Ask them, questions. How are you so successful? How did you do that? How did you create that success? I don't go and, spend hundreds of thousands of dollars in advertising, which I've tried that before. It doesn't work. I go and I create real relationships. And that's what I was doing. So I go out and I'm creating these relationships, meeting these people. Let's fast forward. It's probably 2016 at this point. Meeting all these awesome people. I have a PR team and paying a PR team a good clip of money to do this for me. But you know what? It was turning back into revenue for me. So it made sense. I could pay them money, and they got me on SiriusXM. They got me on Forbes. They got me on the cover of a magazine. My goodness. An economic development magazine wanted to put my name on the cover. I'm like, that's cool. It's about moving businesses to Florida. That's cool. This is going to all the top CEOs in Florida. That's cool, right? Going to put a couple call to actions in that, let me tell you. So I start getting all this press, and it's thanks to, the PR firm that I'm working with. And, they're slinging me out there and slinging out all this press and just connecting with people, connecting with influencers, connecting with movers and shakers and people doing things. They look at me online. All I'm doing is clapping for people, guys. All I'm doing is clapping. That's all I'm doing. It's not like I'm doing anything that's crazy. All I'm doing is just saying, great job, awesome success, keep pushing. Man, you're on to big things. You go, girl. Like, that's all I'm doing. It's clapping for people. It's nothing crazy, right? But I got in. I'm good at what I do. I'm good at marketing. I'm good at the things that I do. But I don't have to spend an inordinate amount of money to become the best Facebook marketer on the planet. I don't have to spend an inordinate amount of money to create something or create a product line. I don't need to become the next Kraft family or Ford family or Vanderbilt family. I could just be me, and I can go out there and I can build a network, and I can align myself with the right people, the people who are leveling up and winning. I can align with them. I can do this. That's something I can do, something you can do. That's what I started doing. Start connecting with people online. So what happens is I start meeting a bunch of other influencers and a bunch of other people. They start hiring me. I start doing work for them, and it's awesome. I'm being humble right now, but let me just go ahead and say by this point in time, I'd already done several 8-figure businesses. I had already built multiple campaigns to that point. I'd seen line items from my campaigns making multiple 7-figure profits. So it's not like I hadn't done anything, but I'm just giving you that frame of mind or frame of reference that it doesn't take a lot to connect with people and create relationships. But I had already generated multiple 8 figures from my campaigns and things I had done it up to that point. So I'm meeting people, I'm connecting, I'm getting out there, and somebody reaches out and is like, hey, how would you like, a Wikipedia article, or how would you like this? I didn't end up doing the Wikipedia article, by the way, but how would you like this? How would you like that? How would you like me to write an article about this? How would you like to, be on TV for that? How would you like to be on the radio and this and this and this? I started meeting these people, and the PR team started opening these doors for me to all these contributors to all these other networks. It wasn't really hard. Like, I thought that Forbes had to call me in order to get on Forbes, but there's contributors to Forbes, so I started connecting with the contributors. So I built up this huge list along with the PR firm. We together built up this huge list of contributors. We had like hundreds of them. We're working on getting up into the thousands. And then the thought was like, hey, what if we build a platform that we let you guys pitch to our contributors, pitch to this list of people that we've created. So 2 things. What you have to do in order to, and I'll tell you how you're going to get access to my list. So the first thing that you have to do is you have to build up a bunch of press. You have to have a bunch of press out there in the world from trusted sources, and you have to build all these things. So I built up about 15 to 20. I took all those press pieces and I submitted them to Facebook. All one link after another to all these press articles. Even American Express Small Business wrote an article about me. That's crazy, right? Amex Small Business wrote an article about me. Put me in one of their articles. And it was all through contributors, all through all the contacts that I have. Every single contact that is inside of our platform that we created for you, actually you can pitch to all these contributors. And what I did was I collected up all of those links and I submitted them to Facebook. And I said, hey, here's all the press that I've gotten. Here's all the things that I've done. Here's why you need to go ahead and verify me. A couple days later, had the blue tick. That was it. So step 1, write a book. Do something. Do something out there that's worth spreading globally. Step 2, get onto press demand. That's the best thing to do, honestly. Pressdemand.com. So you can go to pressdemand.com, you can sign up, and you can get access to the contributors that we have compiled, the exact contributors that I used to get verified. And again, you don't just do one. I got onto about 15 articles, 15, 20 different big publications, and I got on there, and then I took all those links and then posted them up to Facebook, and they verified me, along with, the book and all the other stuff that I've done, podcast and everything, right? So it's taken some time. It's not an overnight situation, but the key ingredient is, one, having some activity on your social media, because I'll tell you, the people are going to go, the contributors are going to look at your page as they're deciding if they're going to, post. So I definitely recommend getting onto your social media and starting to become active on there, not just on your page, but go to other people's pages, like-minded people and other people that are like you, and start commenting, engaging, and clapping for them, because they come back and they clap for you. And that's how it works. And you just build this network. You build up this huge network of people that are all clapping for each other. And you can go and join some programs. I can definitely recommend some programs to you guys that are in your niche. Go join some networks of people. And you might have to pay to get into one of these programs, but go join the networks. Clap for all of them, and then they'll come and clap for you. You instantly start growing your network. And then those people start referring you for business, and it's fantastic. I mean, that's how you have to grow online nowadays. It's not all about paid advertising. It's about going and networking and actually using the tool for what it was created for, meeting people, connecting with people, having meaningful relationships, not sending everyone through a funnel and expecting to sell everyone something. It's about creating relationships. I created relationships over months before I sold anything, before I even had anything for sale. I was creating relationships. So that's what you need to do. Get online, start creating those relationships. Start, having meaningful conversations with people. Start there. If you have no money, start there. Start with just, being good and connecting with people. Connect with me. Connect with people in my network. I'll clap for you. When I see people, like when things pop up in my newsfeed, I'm clapping. I want you to win. When I comment, someone else comes in from my list and sees it. That's why you need to get into networks of people. Start networking, start engaging. And then from there, do something that's worth getting press about. Join Press Demand if you already have things that are worth getting press about. And start leveraging our contributors and our lists and exactly what I did to get press. And let me tell you, at $6,000 a month is what I was paying for the press that I was getting. The press was valued at $6,000 per month. Yeah, I got a lot of press really quick. It was expensive. Press Demand is extremely inexpensive. So you won't spend probably in the lifetime of the platform, my goodness, you'll probably spend right now, if you join right now, we have a special going on right now. So it's less than $1,000 per year to get on right now, less than $1,000 per year. So in 1 month of what I was doing, I was spending $6,000 per month. So that would be 6 years of Press Demand with unlimited pitches. Now, if you're listening to this in about a month or two, actually, you might have to go to pressdemand.com and see what our pricing is, because we're taking down this offer. It's a offer right now that we have. So if you can hear my voice, go to pressdemand.com and get on that offer, because it's crazy valuable. And it's the exact contacts that I did to get verified. The exact contributors all on there, and then some. We have hundreds and hundreds and hundreds. We're adding about 15 to 30 contributors per day. We are adding them so fast. So in a year, 2 years, we'll be up in the thousands. And amazing platform that we've created in order for you to get targeted press on and get your message out there into the world. And then we have all this training that we're adding and doing all these awesome things for you on, how to monetize that and so forth. But in the end, Matt, how did you get Facebook verified? I did something worth talking about. After I did something worth talking about it, I started talking about it. After I started talking about it, I took all these hyperlinks of all these interviews and I gave them to Facebook, and they verified me. No, there is no one button. There is no one thing to do right now. You might think that, I have a website, or, I've, been on Huffington Post. I should get verified. No, get out there. I'm telling you, the Forbes articles and all the other things that are out there for me, those are the things that pushed me over. Those are the things that got me to that point. So I got 15, 20 of them, and then I took all of them, and that's what got me on there. So if you guys are looking to get verified, or if you guys are looking to, get press, go to pressdemand.com. I built that platform for you guys to help you guys with getting your message out into the world. And the contributors on there are hungry, and what they want is good quality articles. So we moderate every single pitch to make sure it's the right pitch to go to that right person. So we'll help you out with every single pitch. We actually built the platform for that. So guys, thank you so much. If you guys want to get verified, start doing something out there in the world, write a book, do something worth talking about, and then go out and talk about it.
You are listening to the Millionaire Architect Podcast with Matt Ganzak, brought to you by MyCredits. MyCredits. Reward your loyal customers for watching your videos and engaging with your business. Your customers will love you for it.